Well, first, we're excited to be here. I think this is what an incredible experience for our student athletes, and I think they deserve every piece of that. They worked really hard in the first and second round. Great win over SMU and Texas State, two incredible teams. But really excited about what's in front of us. Ready to let it rip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know you're focused on this week, but how much of the win over SMU gave you a confidence boost? I mean, you guys beat a team that Pitt couldn't beat and Nebraska couldn't beat. What's the confidence like with a win like that?
You guys want it?
Yeah. When I think of like that win, honestly, it really boils down to our preparation and how we went into that. And looking at the way our team has been the entire season, we prepared the entire season for a match like that. And so, you know, any opponent, doesn't matter if it's SMU or even if it's Nebraska or whether it's going to be Kentucky tomorrow, we approach it the same way and we go in through the same confidence and preparation level that we had the entire season.
Coach, what's it been like this whole season for your team? It seems like you guys maybe didn't start the way you wanted to, but with the SEC schedule, you guys started to pick things up. What was the season like for you so far, and how has the team grown throughout the season to where they are now?
Yeah. I think it's been a really special season, to be real with you. And even you look at those losses we did have, I think almost every single one of them is in the tournament right now in the Sweet 16, right? And so I think this team has proven themselves over time, right? And I hear that a lot early on, not great. I think that was just a little bit of adversity to allow us to figure out who we were. And this team has figured out that identity, and really excited, I think, to see them shine in those moments and to see that family side of it, the sisterhood side of it show up.
Have you guys bought into the underdog mentality? You're the highest seed still in the tournament. Are you guys amping yourselves up because you technically shouldn't be here just based on if all seeds won out? I didn't mean it to say in a mean way.
Yeah. I'm going to let them speak for themselves, but for me, I don't really look at it as an underdog. I think they deserve to be here. And I think the way they have prepared the whole season to show up every single day and night in, night out through adversity and how they have handled that, they know how to compete. And so I'm just really proud of this team, and I think, yes, they deserve it. I don't see it as necessarily an underdog mentality. I think we have a really good team in front of us, as we do every single day in the SEC. And so we just got to show up and compete and play us and be us.
Michael, you came on to this team, new SEC newcomer of the year, has had quite the impact for the Tigers. Did you expect that when you kind of came?
Not really. I mean, obviously, it's a dream to transfer and have a great year, and so obviously that was something I was wanting for. But I think just coming in, I just bought into everything that was going on around me, and then everything just started coming naturally. And I think that once I got into the groove of just the team and the culture and everything, we all just started to groove really well, and everything started to just feel perfect. So I think, not that I expected it, but I was obviously hoping for good things to come out of my last year.
Jordan, what's the advantage of having already played Kentucky and the familiarity with there? Is there an advantage at all?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we definitely know a lot about that team. We know what they're gonna do and what they're gonna run, and so we know that team is a beatable team, and we know what we can do against them. So I think it is an advantage, and we're all really excited that we get to play them for a third time.
Coach, how has playing in the SEC benefited your team? How has playing in the SEC benefited your team and the strength of the conference overall? Obviously, 5 teams still in the Sweet 16 from the conference.
Yeah, I think it's huge. The SEC, it's right now proving to be one of the better conferences, right? And the fact that night in and night out, we compete for every point. And I think as you get in the tournament and you have to face adversity, this team has tested and proven, and so when their back is kind of pushed up against the wall, how do they respond? This team understands how they're going to come together and respond and fight back.
You guys have been really strong on the defensive end for a good chunk of the year. How big has Maya Sands been for that?
Yeah, Maya Sands, wow, she is, she's incredible, SEC Libero of the Year. And it's someone that you can just rely on. She's just this calm presence back there, one on serve receive, but then second on defense. She's really scrappy and picks up so many balls. And so I think we depend a lot on her as well as Kiara, right? That passing piece for us to be in system is huge. It allows us to get our middles and our right sides together, and allows us to play within the system we want to play.
How tough of a player is Brooklyn DeLay to scout for, even just, I guess, for the players play against? What makes her so talented? Obviously, SEC Player of the Year, so she's got.
Yeah. You guys want it? You take it.
I mean, I think she is difficult to scout, but because she does have a lot of range, she can definitely do whatever she really wants. But I think it's kind of fun to like play against someone like that because it challenges us as blockers and us as defenders, and it puts a lot of focus on like our serve and making sure that we get them out of system so she's a little bit more predictable.
Ladies, what is it going to take to knock off Kentucky?
I think, we kind of asked the question earlier of, like, what's it like to play in the SEC throughout the season in preparation for the tournament. And that kind of question, like, when I was thinking of my answer for that, it's just, like, we've been preparing the entire year. I think playing in the SEC before the tournament kind of shows that everybody can be beat at any given point in volleyball. Like, you've seen upsets through the entire season, and knowing, like, the adversity that we face in the beginning of the season and little moments, towards the end of the season as well, has prepped us to be in the position that we are now. So yes, we faced Kentucky twice before in the season, but I feel like our momentum is like greater now more than ever, and I feel like all of us are locked in. We're prepared in the best way that we can, and we are all very confident in our own abilities as well as the abilities of the people around us, and we can just rely on our sisterhood and just knowing that we have like great things in front of us. Like, we are all very confident in our abilities to know that we're in the best shape possible for this game tomorrow.
Coach, how important is momentum? You just talked about momentum. How important is that, not just in a match, but also throughout the season coming into an important match like this?
Yeah. I think even more so than momentum is belief, right? And making sure you understand who you are as a team, right? You're strong and you're confident, but it's the belief that you have in each other is more important than that momentum. And I think if you continue to really stay solid in that belief, you can accomplish anything.
I know not many people expected you guys to be here, but is it fair to say that you guys expected you to be here?
Yeah.
100%. This has been our goal,
Definitely.
right? This is where we wanted to be. And I think this team has proven it night in, night out that this is where they wanted to go, and this has always been our expectation.
Does it give you guys a little bit of an advantage since last weekend you were on the road playing and now you're playing a Kentucky team who's on the road for the first time in the tournament? Do you feel like that gives you a little bit of an advantage for this game because you're used to like what you're going to do before the game and all that?
100%. I'll take every advantage, right? Well, I don't know if it's advantage. I think everybody's seasoned in how to travel is what I'll share with you. But I think I don't know if you guys have a better answer for that, but I just think, I don't know if it's necessarily advantage. I think this team has been tested. They're road warriors. They know how to compete. They know how to win on the road, and they know how to battle together. And so I think that's where our advantage is how close they are as a team and how they rely on each other.
And I also, just to add, I think it's exciting that we got to play them at their home and at ours, because obviously at their home they had their fans cheering for them, and at our home we had our fans cheering for us. And I feel like tomorrow it'll be just fans cheering for volleyball, and I feel like that'll make it just a really exciting environment, and like you said, not really an advantage, but just like a fun environment for both of us to play in, which I feel like our team is just very good at playing around.
Do you guys like being on the quadrant of the bracket with the #1 overall seed?
Sure.
I think we really are focused on like one game at a time. Like, obviously we know where we're at right now, but like we have to focus on Kentucky, and then we'll focus on the team after that, and just go from there. But I feel like any chance that we get to just play volleyball and really honor the game, we talk about love for the game as like a part of our values. It's just like another blessing. Like, how can I think I've watched this like TikTok trend. It's like what a privilege it is to be able to get nervous before a game. What a privilege it is to like have so much passion and intensity and like desire to want to get better or want to win games. Like, I think that just speaks towards like the NCAA tournament as a whole. Like, obviously, yes, we're at Pitt, but we got games tomorrow and games after that, and so just a blessing what it is to be here right now.
Mychael, how has your relationship with your teammates grown throughout the season, and how important has that been in terms of not just your play, but your teammates as well?
Yeah, it's grown a lot. I think I was pretty quiet when I first came, but they just opened arms, welcomed me, and allowed me to slowly just open up more. And I think that obviously now we're reaching towards the end of the season, and I'm just like completely like organically myself, and it's just really fun to be able to play with people who accept you for who you are and just allow you to be weird and just be funny, And so yeah, it's grown a lot, and I think it's definitely helping me lean more into them when I play and stuff like that. And so I feel like really a big part of this team, and I feel like we're all one, and it's really nice to be able to play in an environment where we just operate together and move as a unit.
Awesome. Thank you all.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.